think if you would have told me before the season that we'd be going to the Super Bowl, I probably would have called you crazy. But then, we played a whole season, and nothing surprises me now. I know the kind of guys we have and the team that we have. So, there's still one left. We're excited about this one, but we'll celebrate tonight and then move on.
There's a few misreads here and there. There was guys that were open, and I didn't hit at the right time, or I passed up on a sudden shorter that I went for something. I wanted to get something deeper down the field. And when you're playing a good team and you don't hit what's there, and you try to get a little bit more than what's necessary, you kind of bite you in the butt, I guess you would say. I mean, it's something that we were playing so well in the first half. In the second half, we were just off a tick, and that's all it takes to lose a football game. But I mean, I got to be better. I mean, when you're up 21-3 at one point in the game, you can't lose it. And I put that on myself.
Nice.
Patrick Mahomes taking accountability. You love to see that. Bengals fans waking up. We will talk about you. We have talked about you for an hour, but we'll be talking about you since you're playing in Super Bowl 56 for the next 2 weeks. Let's give a little time for a discussion on this Chiefs team that wanted to go to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row and loses in the AFC Championship. Your thoughts, Chris, on what's going on with Kansas City?
Well, for one, I thought there were a couple instances where they were arrogant and disregard for the basics in football. Right before halftime, not taking advantage of that field position and getting those 3 points, which would have put the game out of reach. And the last drive of the game, when they give the ball to McKinnon, the first down, and then they decide, I don't know what they were doing on second and third down. So it looked like they didn't have a plan to be able to win the game. And to me, I question Andy Reid. I've seen Andy Reid in a lot of these situations, not only in Kansas City, but what he did in Philadelphia, where they weren't able to get a Super Bowl. So lack of a concise plan, the arrogance of we've been here before, I understand. And Patrick Mahomes went right back to where he was early October, where they were playing a lot of zone defenses, and he was trying to force the ball down the field. He admitted in the press conference that he passed up some shorter stuff to be able to take some riskier stuff down the field. So you don't expect that out of him. He is the number one quarterback that we have. And his decision-making in the AFC Championship was some of the bad decision-making that we saw earlier in the season that we thought was gone.
I thought the play before the half was on Mahomes. I do. I think you got 5 seconds. You're knocking on the door. That's enough time to run a play. And I think Andy and Bieniemy have huge trust in Mahomes to say, do it, Patrick. Don't take a sack and don't let the clock expire. Now, the play before, they set something up, too, and he just threw it into the ground because he knew. I think he made a bad decision to throw it out to Tyreek like that. I really do. He saw 2 tacklers out there, and he admitted it was his fault. I like that Andy Reid said, all right, we'll trust you. And no matter how that went down, if it was Mahomes' call, 5 seconds, you can't execute a throw into the end zone. He just blew it. He threw it to a guy who had 2 tacklers in front of him. I think it was on Mahomes' decision-making. But let's get to the overtime. We have 2 people here who were at the game. Yeah. Let's listen to this. And when I say listen to this, I mean, so the game is tied, and everyone's losing their minds. Oh, my God, the Chiefs are going to go down and score a touchdown on the first drive again, and it's going to blow up the world in sports radio. Let's just listen, because I wasn't there, neither was Chris, to how Arrowhead Stadium sounded when they won the toss to go into overtime for the second week in a row.
Since the rules were changed.
Gentlemen.
Let's listen in.
We'll continue to play. We are going to start a new game. Both teams will have 3 timeouts. Both teams will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the first team scores a touchdown or there's a defensive score. All replays are upstairs. Any questions? Cincinnati, you are still the visitors. What is your call?
Heads.
Be called heads. It is tails.
Plan the parade. And yet, this is what they did. Incomplete to Demarcus Robinson, first down. Incomplete to Demarcus Robinson, second down.
That one almost was a pick six.
Should have been. And then bear in mind, the Bengals have just been on the field for a 14-play drive, their defense. And then this deep one to Tyreek, give me that. Terrible drive. I don't know what, you can't get it to Kelsey in any situation there. You can't get it to Tyreek somehow. That was awful. And they're planning a parade because they want a coin toss, and I get it. Just unbelievably disappointing drive in overtime after that coin toss.
Yeah, I had a friend text me after the game, like, if they played that game 99 out of 100 times, I think the Chiefs win that. I go, no, they wouldn't.
What do you mean?
No, they wouldn't. The Chiefs were terrible in the second half. 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 The Chiefs were terrible in 83 yards, 3 points, and 2 interceptions in 7 second half and overtime drives. They're not winning that game. I don't know what sport you're watching. No teams win that way. Mahomes, I sit over here and I treat him like a Greek god sometimes, and terrible in the second half. And I think he would say that today. A lot of this, where it was working against Buffalo, like scramble, do a pirouette, run around in a circle and figure it out. No, the Bengals were like, no, we're going to sack you instead. And then this one here, Kyle, like, I don't know. It's the first 2 passes to DeMarcus. You've got Tyreek Hill and you've got Jerick McKinnon doing everything. And, of course, you got Kelsey. And then to throw into double coverage to Tyreek. This was gross. A gross performance by the offense. And for the first time in the Andy and Mahomes era, I'm like, the defense had bailed them out the entire day. Like, they couldn't bail them out one more other time. Like, after that interception, and they have the ball at the 40, like, we can only do so much. Joe Mixon's gonna get one here, and he did, and that's that. But this one's on the offense, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But that was the case early on in the season for the Chiefs. The offense wasn't right, and the defense was bailing them out. And for a few key games, look, no, if they played tomorrow, the Bengals would win again. You can't score 3 points and throw 2 interceptions and have 80 yards of offense in 7 drives and expect to win. Doesn't work that way. So we're not complaining about the overtime rules this morning. I'll tell you that. Guess what? They had the ball, and it didn't work out.
At GMFB with your thoughts, it's the same thing that happened. It would happen tomorrow again and the day after, because I already have proof that this has happened twice. Look at week 17. What happened in the second half there? What did the Bengals allow? A field goal. 3 points, 50 yards, that's it. The Chiefs have blown 32 points worth of leads against the Bengals between yesterday and that week 17 game. They trailed by 14 on 2 separate occasions in the regular season as well. Guys, outside of the one drive that got Kansas City the game-tying field goal, the Chiefs had 6 drives, Chris, in the second half that in overtime that totaled just 7 minutes and 6 seconds. So I ask you, when you're standing on the sideline and the Bengals have the ball for pretty much the entire second half, what does it do rhythm-wise to an offense? And then, how much does it make them press? Because that's what I saw yesterday.
For a championship football team, you got to be able to figure out how we're going to get a first down. And one of the things with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is, since they've been together, they've had a very, very not consistent running game. Like, that's when you need a running game, to be able to ground it out, to be able to get you back into a rhythm. Now, Peter, on the drive in overtime, a lot of people didn't see this. The first play, it was a pass play, but it was a run-pass option. Patrick Mahomes decided that, I think I know what the coverage is. No, he misread the coverage. How do I know that? Because I see the left tackle, the left guard, going downfield after the fake handoff. So they had an opportunity to run the ball, lack of consistency where I can knock a team back. That's why 4 AFC championships, but only 1 Super Bowl win.
Wild.
It might be the greatest choke job in conference championship history. I know we've seen in the Super Bowl 28-3, but that game was neutral field in Houston. This was at home with the crowd, and it was 21-10 with the ball on the 4-yard line with 5 seconds left, and they don't get any points. I'm still shocked it went down that way. I'm not shocked the Bengals found a way to lose that way. This utter collapse from this team that has not only had such great offense, but has been there and done that and had the experience. They looked like they were babe in the woods yesterday. It was shocking.
Tell you what's staggering to me about it. Let's just look at the last few years for Mahomes. So his only playoff losses we've ever had, the one to Brady in the title game, overtime, never got the ball. So he's just standing there watching, okay? Then the next year, wins the whole thing. Then last year they lose because he has no offensive line in the Super Bowl. He has no chance. He's helpless.
Not him.
This one yesterday, that is his first real clean death, like in the playoffs. On him. He's out there. His fault. On him. No excuses. No offensive line. No overtime. Just on him. In the first time in his career. It's strange to see. We don't expect that from him.